Hi, welcome to Tuba Thursday. um, yeah, I kind of left it blank. I did say in the description something about what we're gonna do, but kind of disregard that. I changed my mind. I finally thought of something, but yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well on this great Tuba Thursday. Um, I know it was raining a bit here earlier. I don't think it still is. Yeah, I think the rain stopped, but I know it was raining here earlier. Um, but I hope you're doing well and having a great day. We're gonna chill, play some tuba. And my decision for today is that we're gonna be working on some orchestral excerpts, just because why not? Yeah, but we're gonna be using the if I can turn this around, the book, the 100 essential works for the symphonic tubist. Just a collection of some of the more popular orchestral excerpts to be used in auditions and such. Um, but it's a good way of practicing orchestral excerpts and having those accessible. Because I will say, like, all of these are pretty much, most of these are public domain, so you can find, like, the original parts and stuff online. Um, there's a few that aren't. So you have like they highlight the main parts, which is good because it's like looking at some of these pieces. Like I know the page we're on right now, the Brahms German Requiem Ein Dusch's Requiem. Apologies for my bad German, but um, I haven't looked at that like full part, but I imagine it's somewhat long. But I know like some of these, like there's some Wagner in the back of this, and I know for sure those parts are really long, and there's a lot. So it's really great for isolating. Oh, these are the main parts I should look at. But if you, I mean, you should take the time to kind of find the full part and just practice the full part. I know I did that with Tchaikovsky and Mahler. Um, those were the ones that I've looked up in the past and worked on those parts um, just on my own. Because Tchaikovsky's stuff is pretty fun, um, and Mahler's is too, for tuba at least. Some of these some parts for tuba on orchestral works can be hit or miss. Um, so it's often hard to find the what to practice, even though a lot of them are more in the public domain than a lot of wind ensemble works. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna chill, work on some of these excerpts, particularly the ones meant for lower tuba, because not obviously, but I'm using a bigger tuba, contrabass tuba. Um, but um, but yeah. But yeah, just using a. Actually, I guess I should label the title as working on the 100. Let's go ahead and give me a second to change some of these tags. Excerpts. Yeah. And then change the title. Today we're playing. Oh, I had a typo, anyways, in the description. uh, Today we're playing. Excerpts out of the Method book the 100 by, who is this by? It's Wesley Jacobs, I think, right? Yeah, but it's a great book. If you're looking to work, I'm misspelling his name already. Nope, that's right. Okay. If you're looking to work on excerpts, I highly recommend this book. Yeah. Like I said, if you're someone who really wants to a tuba player, I think they have editions for most brass players. So if you're just a brass player who really wants to play in an orchestra, highly recommend finding the one that's appropriate for your instrument. But anyways, cool. Yeah, but cool. Let's go ahead and get started. And it's I will say a disclaimer if you do go into get this book. The table of contents isn't completely true. Some of it has the table of contents lists like Shostakovich and there's Barber, Bax, Creston, Hindemith. There's two of the or a couple of the Prokofiev excerpts are all not in the public domain, so they're not included in this. Or it might have changed since they made this, but those ones weren't in the public domain, and they weren't able to get rights to those, so they just have like the whole back to how many pages? It's like the less than 10 pages. They just have like words and stuff to kind of just talk about what to do for these excerpts versus like other pages have more music showing the parts with words describing what to do for them. But the last pages don't really have anything. But yeah, just a little disclaimer. Yeah, and of course I don't run the rights to any of these works, so yeah. But like I said, most of these are in the public domain, so it's somewhat okay for me to play these. The only one that's not in the public domain that we might play is Prokofiev. There's a couple of Prokofiev excerpts in here, and those are most definitely not in the public domain. So let's just go through this, because I've looked at this a good bit, but I won't say I've looked at every single excerpt in here, because that would be a lie. And like I said, we'll be focusing, and it says which tuba is best suited, like a high tuba or a lower tuba, which aka means bass tuba or contrabass tuba. Bass tuba being the higher tuba, contrabass being the lower tuba. Which, if you have only access to one, it wouldn't hurt to try either one on that tuba. So like playing some of the low excerpts on your bass tuba, or the higher excerpts on your contrabass tuba, is a pretty good practice method, especially with working on range. Contrabass, of course, working on that higher range, and then bass tuba solidifying the range below the staff. But Yeah, we're gonna be doing some of these. Just gotta find one. But for today's sake, we're just focusing on the low excerpts. Sure, let's start with this one. I haven't played this one in a while. This first one is from Brahms' second symphony. I played this once for an audition at a college, one of the colleges I went to, in my grad school. But yeah, let's try it out. This is Brahms, Symphony Number 2, letter O. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly do a sound check. Show recordings. Yeah. But anyways, hope you're having a great week. Wherever you are, whoever you are. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Yeah, and if you came to my stream last week and heard me mention something about there being a stream yesterday, I apologize. When it came to it, I was not up to it. So, sorry about that. But it is what it is. Yeah, sorry for the delay. My downloads, my recordings, the folder that has all my recordings in, I really need to sort through it one day, but there's just so many recordings just open in this folder that it takes a long time for it to load the folder. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that seems fine to me. Let me know if it sounds too weird. Because I notice it's like peaking just a tiny bit, but I don't think it's going too far into that range. So hopefully it's fine. Anyways, here's Brahms Symphony Number 2. Okay. Yeah, first part went well. That's the part I've practiced in the past. It's been a while since I last played it, but that was actually surprisingly well. But that last part is, I mean, it's not too challenging, but just because that was my first time really looking at that second half. Yeah, but anyways, let me try that second half one more time, and then I just want to practice that last portion of the first half. But here we go. Sorry, give me 1 second. I need to adjust my stand a little. Cool. Take some of this crap off of here. Yeah. It's important when you're using a stand or whatever, it's at a appropriate height for you. Because you do want to be careful of, like, is it blocking like others, if you're, especially if you're in performance settings, are you blocking your view of like the conductor, or because even though yes, you doesn't matter if the audience can see your face while you're performing, but you should have your face exposed a bit so they can kind of see you. Otherwise, they're just looking at a stand. I know I've seen that a lot in solo performances where it's the stand's kind of like in front of them. Like here's a good, like if I had it like this would be pretty good. But it's like a lot of sometimes you'll see like more like which you can kind of see the top of my head. I think. I mean, I can't see around the stand to see otherwise, but yeah. So you want to be careful about your stand placement, especially when you're practicing. You want to make sure it's placed in a way where it's not too awkward and you're not like bending your head downwards or like having to crane your neck upwards, but you just want to be comfortable. Which for me, that before it was a little bit too low. So. Let me try that last section again. Yeah, and another thing that's important to think about, and we're not going to do any of this today, but when you're practicing orchestral excerpts especially, make sure you listen to some reference recordings and know what the tempo is. Because for this one of the not so great things about this book is it's not so clear about saying tempos. So like this one, the only like marking at the beginning is just solo. So it's like I don't really know what tempo this is. Which they kind of, half of the expectation they probably have. Wesley Jacobs, that's who wrote this. He probably has there's probably some forward about it where it says something about reading the original parts, not just these excerpts, but also making sure you listen to it. But it doesn't look like it really says anything about that. Or maybe it does. Musical notation, subtle errors, list of errors. Work for music, easy to read and error free. Practice from original parts. Interpretation bound by the following limits. Conductor sets the performing style of work. Musicians with orchestra haven't styled. Okay. Well, anyways, my whole point, just make sure you take the time to really do your research and know what the tempos and such are. Which is a lot, but it's really not. I don't know, but yeah, but that's one thing. I think I've kind of realized that in the past, but because some of these excerpts do start off with like, oh, this is blah blah blah. Yeah, but these do not. They just expect you to know them, which is not always the greatest, but I mean, to be fair, this 100 book isn't really meant for beginners. It's meant more for kind of getting towards advanced players, towards professional players who are trying to actively be a part of, like, orchestras and stuff. Tuba Thursday. Yep, that's right. Welcome to the stream, Jonathan. Sorry I'm late. We had to walk pups. Oh, no worries. You good? You good? Yeah, sorry for the distraction there. I got a notification on my phone. I had to check it out, see who messaged me. But, yeah, we're just playing some orchestral excerpts today. Yeah. But anyways, I'm just gonna run through this excerpt because I feel pretty, now that we've kind of run through it a couple of times and practice, or a little bit, practice it a little bit. I feel a little bit better with it. So let's go. This excerpt is from Brahms' Second Symphony. No, most definitely was not. It was Facebook Messenger and text message. Most certainly was not. Even though I still have that installed, I've been putting off uninstalling it. One more. Actually, let me practice this one section. Makes sense. Same boat. Yeah. Although I will say the last couple of times I've logged on, I've clicked on it just out of, I guess, habit at this point. Yeah, it's probably just more habit that I click on the platform formerly known as Twitter. But I will say, like, now it's like there's less of the people I really wanted to see stuff from who are posting, so that kind of especially makes me want to get off of it, which I don't, yeah. Anyways, one more try at this whole thing, and then regardless of how this goes, we're going to move on. Yeah, honestly, I haven't opened it nearly as much in the last few days just because the logo doesn't catch my attention at all. Yeah, yeah, I don't like seeing the X there. Um, missed that good old Twitter bird. Yeah, I don't know whatever. That guy's insane. Um, but yeah, that was pretty good. If if I was actually practicing this off stream, I would probably spend another 30, 10, 20 minutes on that. However long it takes me to like really confidently like get each note, because I feel like the second half was much better. It's definitely not as challenging, but the back half of the first half, that's a lot. But with all the octaves, definitely would have worked on that. Would work on that a lot more, but just because you know we're on stream, and partially, I will say I think there's something to like not overworking excerpts all at once, like just practicing in like little chunks and then being like, okay, let's move on to the next excerpt. Especially if you're working on a lot of different excerpts. Um, yeah, I think it's a good strategy to just keep moving forward. Um, let's try this one. This one he recommends it being played on a lower tuba, but it's kind of in a higher range. So we'll see how this goes. This is from Brahms's Requiem, his German Requiem. I think that's what Deutsches means. Ein Deutsches Requiem. But still sound pretty good. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that first half I've already worked on in the past, so it's in here somewhere. But I just haven't actively practiced that part in a long time. So, yeah. Sorry. And actually, I'm going to practice this down an octave once. Um just to kind of hear the notes. One more try. Yeah. Okay. Now let's just break this down a bit. Like Maybe like one line at a time. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that one again. Not gonna go too deep into this. Like, we're just spending like maybe like max 10ish minutes on each of these. Just kind of touching on ones that I haven't really played, which this is definitely one I have not played. So I'm gonna try that one again. Yeah, this one's tricky. That part's easy. Uh, all right, I'm gonna give this like 2 more tries, and just kind of, I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna give this like 2 more tries. I'm just gonna move on. Probably a bit further away from Brahms. Actually, let's try the Fest Overture. I think I played that excerpt, but I'm gonna give this one more try. Um, I would sit here and just work through it, but honestly, it's with this high range stuff, especially on my tuba. I can hit the high range pretty well. I think I've gotten pretty good at it, but it's still very tricky, um, for me. Um, so I'm just gonna work on a tiny bit more, and then I'm gonna move on, so I'm not subjecting your ears to more kind of, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna turn down the volume on that microphone just a tiny bit. Just to make sure it's not peeking through. Because I think it might be a tiny bit, but I'm not sure. So here we go. One more try, and then I'm going to move on. Turn down for what? Yeah. Actually, that went somewhat well, I think. For my first time really looking at this excerpt, I think that went decent. But I still need to work on that middle part. But I think for first day, that's good for right now. Cool. This next excerpt is from we're gonna probably skip a letter or two after this one, but this will be our last Brahms excerpt. I'm pretty sure I have looked at this one, but it's been a while. But this is from his academic overture. I'm pretty sure that's what it translates as. It's listed as academic festoverture. So, academic festival overture. That's what this is. Yeah, academic festival overture. March? Question mark. It's definitely academic festival overture. But, cool. Here we go. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I just need to work on that last section. Let me play that one more time. There you go. Okay. I'll play this excerpt one more time. Sorry for that long break of, or not really break, but just kind of pause of me not talking while I was focusing on trying to get that weird octave transition going. It's like, so it starts from the, I always forget the numbers, but starts from the F, C in the staff, C in the staff to the C below the staff, dum, ba-dum, and then from that C below staff goes up 2 octaves to the middle C, the C right a line above the staff, and it goes C, octave lower C, A at the top of the staff, octave lower A, F towards the top of the staff, lower F, then C back to the kind of the beginning of that whole transition. Tricky little line. But yeah, it's, I mean, when you have stuff like that, it's always good, especially if it's high, take it down an octave. But just forget about the octave for a minute and focus on what the top notes are. C, A, F, C. Because it's like, it's just an inverted F chord, essentially. So this is like a 5. This is probably a 5 of 5 type thing. No, that would have to be a G, because I think this is in C. Yeah. Never mind. Ignore that. Or a 4? Some sort of. Oh, this is probably the 4/6/4. Yeah. Where it's like, it's still basically C, but it's the core of it is the 4. So it's the 4/6/4, like kind of like passing. Yeah, passing 4/6/4. Because before that, it's like C's. We have C, G, and then that part is an F chord, and of course it ends in C. So, I mean, we'd have to really look at the full score, not just the tuba part, to really decide. But just from looking at this, it looks like it's like that. I really should have, next time we do this, I'll try to think about which excerpts we're doing and try to have like actual parts so I can like display them like on this side. So I can talk about it and show you what I'm talking about, because you're probably like, okay, sure, whatever. Sounds good to me. But just basics of it, it's what I mean by 4/6/4. It's a chord that's based on the 4 of the chord, and 4 of the scale, the mode, whatever. And then the 6/4 just means that's the inversion, second inversion. So that means, because we have, a standard chord is like F, A, C, for example. But if we were to invert that, so that basically just means we're, instead of starting from the root, which is the F, or the bass note. No, that is the root. Yeah, root. The root, which is F, we're starting from the C, which is the third note in the chord. So yeah, that's what second inversion there means. And this is just passing, just because we're in C, so it's, I forget, I think potential? That doesn't sound right. I need to brush my music theory up. But the essential of it is that it's basically what I mean. This is like a thing. You'll see this in some scores, some pieces of music, where it's essentially like, it's basically like you start, like the first chord is let's stick with C. So it's a C chord. That's the kind of like the main chord of this key. And then F chord is the 4 chord. But because the root is now a C, it's still kind of mostly an F. Or it's still mostly a C chord. So it's kind of just extending the role of the C. Here, but it's like, let's switch to actual, like just a regular piano. Give me a minute. Oh, it's not on. Okay, so it's essentially like this. We have a C chord. So we're still kind of in C. The bass note is always C. F, F, or C, E, G to C, F, A. So like there is a difference, obviously, but we're not like moving like something, doing something more like. I don't know, or it's moving off of it, but we're returning to the C. So the function of it is still kind of a C chord. It's still 164 is what this is called. 1 to 164 to 1. Yeah. That's what it is. There's another word for it, but that's as close we'll get today. But yeah, it's essentially just extending the function there. Yeah, sorry. I thought I had my textbook from the class I had that talked about that most recently, but I don't see it on my shelves. So that could have been, actually that might have been a book that I just rented. Shame on me. Because I was gonna say, let's look it up, see what that is. But I think. So I don't think this book is it. I think this is more about atonal theory and stuff. Yeah, it's about atonal stuff. But anyways, it's just a 11641. I don't know. I'm gonna play this academic festival overture one more time, and I think we have time for one more excerpt. Yeah, something like that. It's probably a lot faster, to be honest. But That's about all I'll do with that. Let's do one more. Um, let's try this one. I know I haven't looked at this one. This is from Carl August Nielsen, or just Carl Nielsen, composer from Denmark. This excerpt is from his second symphony, the Four Temperaments. I've not heard this one, so I'm not sure what tempo this one is. But it does say it goes into largando, poco ral, di, don di, da di da, bum be, bum 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 bum. Da, 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 da. But yeah, let's see how this one sounds. Yeah, this is Carl Nielsen's Second Symphony. I think this is from Movement 3. Yeah, but here we go. Let me try that opening again. Okay, pretty simple. Actually, we're gonna do one more. I probably looked at this excerpt at some point, but just because lately, I've been playing replaying the Kingdom Hearts games. They have one really. I mean, there's a lot of cool things in it, but I would argue to say one of the coolest things in the first Kingdom Hearts game, and this is a slight spoiler, but it's like a probably close to 20-year-old game at this point, which is. Ugh. Actually, hold on. Give me a second while I look this up. See when Kingdom Hearts came out. Kingdom Hearts release date. Yeah, it's 21 years old. That's pretty cool. But this, and like I said, this is a spoiler, so you haven't played it. Oh well, I'm not really. I mean, this isn't really too much of a spoiler, but one of the last boss fights, you fight against like the creature from Fantasia that appears when they're doing Nine Ball Mountain, and I played Nine Ball Mountain. But anyways, my whole point with this is let's play this next excerpt. This last excerpt is from Night on Bald Mountain by Modest Mussorgsky. Um, yeah. Give me 1 second to just clean my spit, though. Or empty my spit, not clean it. It's hard to really clean your spit, I think. Okay. Here we go. Here's Nine Bald Mountain. Ooh. This excerpt from it is kind of tricky. Ah. Ooh. It's kind of a weird little excerpt from that. I'll have to do some research into seeing where that part is, because the first part is pretty obvious. I mean, that's kind of the main theme, the part that everyone knows, right? Sorry for the scratches. Like they seem pretty different. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. I actually kind of nailed that last part. But anyways, yeah, I need to figure out how those parts actually do go. Like I talked about in the beginning of this, when you're working on orchestral excerpts, and don't take all of this completely to heart, but because I'm not a I don't play with I haven't won an orchestral audition or whatever, but from what I have learned, and I think most of this is pretty applicable to anyone, but just make sure you take time to listen to these and figure out what these tempos are. Because like I said, this book like this part, these parts actually like give you like tempo things, as you can kind of see by the bolded letters there. Like the first one you can't really see because it's backwards for you probably. But the first one says Allegro feroce. Second one is the same, and the third excerpt is Onomato assai, which basically all those just mean fast. Allegro feroce. I don't know what feroce, Feroce, means exactly, but it sounds to me like ferocious. So I would say something like that. So it's like fast and ferocious ish. Fast, ferociously fast, maybe. I don't know. Do some research on that. But it mostly probably just means like aggressive and fast ish. Um, I mean, yeah. And then the onomato aside just means moving, animated. I forget what asai means off the top of my head. I should know that, because asai shows up pretty often. Asai, asai. I think it's asai. A-S-S-I. A-S-S-A-I. But yeah. Yeah, listen. Take the time to listen to figure out what the actual tempos are. Because this book isn't the greatest about doing that. And when you're looking up like orchestral scores, they're kind of about the same. Orchestral parts, they're about the same. Where they're just like, oh yeah, this is, like let me see if I can look up if they have some of the weird Mahler, things. Yeah, like here we have, it was breiter. I think that's how it's pronounced. Gehalten, langsam. Yeah, langsamer. It was dragend, drongend, um, verkelgend, vorwarts, drangend. So there's a lot of German words that I can't say, that require some extra research on your part. But anyways, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you got some enjoyment out of that. I know there was a lot of me trying to figure out notes and stuff and playing weird high notes especially with that first one I think it was the first one. Yeah, it was that first Berlioz. First or second Berlioz. Or not Berlioz. Brahms excerpt. We didn't play any Berlioz. Berlioz is all high tuba. Pretty much. I mean, I will say you can you can play any of these on any tuba, it doesn't really matter, but it's just that it will be easier to play some of these on higher tuba versus lower tuba. And then sometimes it's like cases where, like I think there's a Brahms excerpt there that was like still kind of high, but they said they recommended like play this on a bigger tuba for that sound. So there's just a lot of stuff to think about with orchestral tuba playing. Some of it is true. No, I mean, most of it's true. It's just everyone has different opinions. Some people are very more pretentious about their opinions with orchestral stuff. Um, just because that's kind of the tradition. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back next Thursday. Yeah, I probably won't be back this weekend, unfortunately. We'll have a video game stream soon, I promise. Maybe the weekend after next. Um, Weekend after this weekend. Like 12th, 13th. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, actually, I'm doubtful that we'll do a video game stream. We'll see. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe if you want to be notified about if I stream or not this weekend. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I have a lot of fun with these. Um, Even though today's stream was more, I think more practice than most of my streams on this Thursday, but that's fine. Practice is a pretty essential part of any musical lifestyle. So, but anyways, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.